Okay, welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 2 as we continue our playthrough of Faction Wars. We are currently pushing into three corners of the map all at once. So here in the northwest we have Pandora, in the southwest we have Wyatt, who's on his way to recapture the town of Zanzibar. In the southeast we do of course have, what's his name, Sasagan, who just has the two dragons left. We don't really have many units in general, 8 units on Pandora. 5 titans on this guy, quite a few skeletons, but really not enough to make a massive difference. Units are not really going to win us this map at this point. It's going to be down to just the sheer strength of our heroes, I think. Okay, so I think first thing I'm going to do is I've decided we will actually go out and actively attack Sir Gallant. So we're going to need probably slightly stronger forces. Can't really afford to upgrade any of this stuff, or at least it's not really worth doing. Okay, so Sir Gallant has, his strongest stack is probably a swarm of halflings. We have 2 flying creatures to shut down his 2 ranged creatures. A throng of boars also could be dangerous. We could go for Identify Hero, let's do that. Should have done it with someone else, but never mind. Yeah, so 290 halflings is kind of tough, but he has 4 attack, 5 defense. We've got a lot more than that. We can definitely do this. Whether we then get attacked by Synoptic, I don't really know, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we do get to move first. The first to move on their side is the boars with 6 speed. They can't reach us. If we can go for Lightning Bolt, 200 points of damage is pretty nice. Berserker could also be pretty good. I'd be tempted to Berserk the halflings, in fact. Maybe we wait, though. Could also Berserk these. The thing is, if we Berserk, he probably goes for Cure. And we don't need to rush into that yet. We can actually wait till after the rocks move, and that might be the best time. Yep, so I think for now, let's just go for... Let's weaken this stack on the assumption that we could go for Berserk on the halflings. These actually go up to go defensive. Okay, I guess we can go pretty defensive too, that should be fine. With this stack at least. They do go fully defensive with their pikemen, so we can fly in. This is putting these at risk, but we do have 250 hit points, much higher defensive and attacking stats. Let's just go for this. Should be fine. Hoping the swordsmen can't reach us, but it looks like unfortunately they just about can. We do take most of them out. We've lost about 30 hit points, not too bad. Okay, let's go for Berserker. Thing is though, if we go for it on this stack, it doesn't really achieve too much. We're probably better off going for it on these. Although, these are the obvious target for the rocks to attack as well. I'm still going to go for these. They should attack the boars, so we should be safe to go for the swordsman, I think. Oh, okay. I really didn't expect that to happen, that's really disappointing. I guess it's a similar number of hexes either way. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I didn't really think that would happen. Okay, so Berserker didn't really work. We took quite a lot of damage there. I think we go for probably something like Lightning Bolt this time. The boars are just about to move, so let's go for it on those. And I think these weaken them too. Okay, they go for Steel Skin. They actually do quite a lot of damage. The Auto-Resolve did take a loss here, so I have to be a little bit careful. 139 hit points to go, so we seem to be mostly okay. We can attack through these, that should be fine. Take out most of the halflings. And can now move down to attack these, but we're not going to do too much damage, so I think we're better off just going for the block. They go down to 2 rocks, they get morale, but they're pretty much wiped out, so that's fine. Okay, so if we were to go for Berserk on these, they probably just end up attacking the red dragons. Doesn't really help us. Teleport doesn't work on the red dragons, of course, either. So other choices, I think these will definitely attack someone. They have steel skin, so we can't weaken them too much. I think we just lightning bolt them again. And pikemen do move pretty soon. I think we just go for these. Okay, down to 85 hit points, but otherwise looking okay. We potentially don't actually want to kill these off because we want to attack through them. But if we go to this, it's 0 to 1 kills. I guess it doesn't really help us. Let's just go down towards the marksman. And or the rangers, in fact. And yeah, let's attack through this stack, focus down the boars, 83 hit points to go. I'm hoping we're going to be okay at this point. Most of the boards have gone down. This stack is better off just staying in place. Let's just bolt these again. Weaken them some more. To finally finish them off, we can send these in to attack the rangers, but it probably doesn't achieve too much. I think we go for these instead. Okay, so the pikemen go for the dragons, who are still looking pretty healthy. The dragons will just go down, focus on the rangers, who are now the strongest stack. These, I think, just waste their turn. Finish these off with magic arrow. Skip the turn with this. These have woken up from the blind, and we can finish them off. So he doesn't get to flee. We do lose 5 rocks, but that's okay. Pendant of Death. And we do level up. Let's go for Advanced Scouting. So Pendant of Death is immunity to holy spells, which is pretty much useless for us, but never mind. Let's go to the stables, and let's start coming back. We unfortunately can't quite reach. We are down by 39 spell points. Could go for the Crystal Mine, loop around. It's a little bit dangerous if we get attacked, but I think we get back in 2 turns either way, so let's go that way. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so Zomnex doesn't have too much to do. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy and bring his units down. I'm going to pass all of those across to Dimitri, who can travel a bit further. And let's also pass across some of this stuff. So this is a good one to have. This one also, let's have that. Wizard's Hat. He has 9 spell power, so probably don't really need that. Statesman's Quill is always good to have. This one's pretty weak. This is not bad. I guess also the Evercold Icicle could be pretty good. Can't remember if either of these two have the Summon Elemental spell. Let's have a quick look. So this guy does not have it, and Dimitri, I can't remember who actually went to the island. Could have got that. Well, this guy does have Berserker and Mass Haste. So yeah, pretty content to give all the stuff to him. No point passing this over in that case. Let's give him the Icicle. And probably just fall back. Dimitri is going to go straight to the south. Several trolls we should be able to take down. Let's also strengthen ourselves up, just in case we do need to fight. Don't really want to fight these, we'll let them go. Go for the defense skill, and let's go for the level up too. 2,000 gold, that's fine, let's just do it. Pay for itself with the states. And keep moving down. This guy can't really achieve too much, but he is just going to go west. His lack of pathfinding is unfortunate, but I think what we do with him is we go all the way west to Fountainhead, and potentially could take those units, take Night Shadow back, depends what happens with UAC. Yeah, that lack of pathfinding is going to be really annoying, but never mind. This guy doesn't really have too much else to do. I think he stays pretty defensive, or in fact, we can just keep following. Zom is going to go south in this direction too. Just park ourselves to the side there. Jump back into this town. Let's go for... Let's have a proper look. So 12 War Trolls, 18 Wolves, 16 Ogre-Lords. I think the Cyclops probably win, if we're willing to spend all that, which I think we are, because Pandora is one of the more challenged heroes. UAC is not looking too tough, but as we saw in the previous episode, not to be underestimated. I don't think we bother with the rest. This will slow us down, but a bit of fodder's potentially useful. Okay, so we grab the gems, we spread these out, and we might have to go back. Take New Dawn back. I think that probably makes sense. Not going to spend any resources in towns, just going to end the turn there. So yellow is coming to attack us, and... okay. Who is this? 15 Crusaders, 8 Bone Dragons. It is Synoptic. He is back. And we have just the 11 spell points to work with, so that's not really going to work out. If we were to surrender, 7,590 gold. I think we just hit and run. So 200 points of damage, that is enough to kill off 1 Bone Dragon. 3 Crusaders. I think 3 Crusaders is the best choice. Okay, then we surrender, we let that go, and Synoptic is probably going to go and take that back. So, at this point, might be worth acknowledging. Let's just go to this. Yeah, so we do have pathfinding, which does help us, but might be worth acknowledging. I did, of course, say that if we beat Synoptic, we would grant ourselves the ability to start using Dimension Door. And at this point, I think that can really be justified. It's not going to be that hard to chase down his towns, and in fact, let's just double check this. So his strongest is actually Yokuzen, but we've beaten him before. Yellow's strongest looks really weak in terms of stats. Red's strongest is also pretty weak in terms of stats. Let's actually go back to YH. Yep, so that's Red's strongest. So there's not really too much in the way of really strong heroes left on the map. Burn Dragons could be tough. See how many we can kill off. 3 to 4. So if we go for something like Cold Ray instead, that's probably about equally good to Elementals. Yeah, I'm trying not to completely depend on Elementals all the time, not that it really matters. Vampire Lords come out, that's completely fine, we can kill these off. Burn Dragons come out too. Go for that stack, get themselves killed. Okay, I wasn't expecting them to move quite that soon. In that case, let's kill these off. Kill these off too, and unfortunately there's nothing we can do about the Liches, so just gotta skip through these turns. Should have moved away from the rest of the Titans. Do lose a lot of skeletons there, but it's worth it to take out their best hero. He cannot flee. 12 skeletons back, no artifacts, I think because we're already fully stocked up, but that's fine. Do take this town back, could pick up some more units if he's not emptied it out, which... There's stuff in there, but not really stuff worth having. I think we just go straight to the east. Chase this guy down. Lack of movement points, still a problem for that guy, but that's fine. Okay, so Sasagin has 130 spell points. Dimension Door is 10 spell points per time. Elemental Storm does hit all of these pretty hard, and I think more important that we protect that town. Yeah, I think it's fine to do this, honestly. We've nerfed ourselves for long enough, and we're attacking with 2 units, which in theory shouldn't be enough, but I have a feeling we'll be okay. Okay, so they're going to go defensive. We, of course, at this point, will pretty heavily rely on Elemental Storm, so we go for this. Does do a nice chunk to pretty much all of those units, and I think we just hang back, because of course, can't do anything to us with spells. Burn Dragons could do some damage to us. 15 attack against 21 defense. I'm hoping we can survive the hit from 5. Only one way to find out, so he goes for the haste. The rest of the stacks can't reach us. We do manage to take that hit actually completely fine. Not completely fine, but not too badly. Okay, let's try and kill these off. Maybe it wasn't worth going for that, but never mind. Okay, he does get to move first, and we are down to 87 hit points. We go for Elemental Storm once again. Should take out everything except Burn Dragons. We can then hopefully finish off. Perfect, so he actually doesn't get a chance to flee, and we melt away a couple more ultimate artifacts. Didn't really expect to happen. But, okay. So, a few units in here we can pick up if we want to, probably not much point. Yeah, I think Dimension Door at this point is fine. So we can start chasing down UAC, but if we look to the southwest, we've got Sabu and Eri as well. Presumably they came from Troy. Already been to the stables, have not yet been to the Witch Doctor's hut. Spell point situation is completely fine. Can reach Sabu this turn, so perhaps we just go for that. Let's just do it. So actually really heavy losses expected. I thought this would be quite straightforward. See what our spells can do. So 600 points of damage from Chain Lightning. Armageddon we do have as well. 375 from Meteor Shower, I think. Chain Lightning on this stack. And the big threat, of course, is the green dragons, so let's go for those. Slows the Cyclops, but that's fine since we're staying defensive regardless. We take the hit pretty well with the Titans. These just move up to here. Dragons do come forward. We can't reach with this stack, unfortunately, but I guess it doesn't really make too much difference. They are going to really crowd over the Titans. We might take a couple of losses. So this stack can multi-attack potentially. I think we probably should do that. Through the Griffins into the Dragons. Seems to make sense. Okay, they kill those off. These get to move. So what could we do? We could go for blind. But these I think can't reach us. Steel Skin could be good. Cure probably doesn't give us enough. I think if we Steel Skin, it's easier to keep the losses to 1. Depends what spells this guy has, but his spellcasting's not great. I'm going to try Cure and minimize the damage taken in retaliation. So we can drop the dragons to 1. Might be best. No, I'm going to go for these. Seems safer. Okay, so a few losses taken. These can't really achieve too much. Just go up, block it from that one spot. Titans do hang on for now. These will move up as bait. Titans still hanging on, but it's not looking great. Can't attack these 2 stacks at once, so once again, just going to go straight through the Griffins. Do paralyze that one stack. He wastes a spell on Cure. We lose a couple of Cyclops. We Cure again ourselves. We are still hanging on to our Titan. We could finish off both, and I think it's in our favor, so let's do it. Nope, we don't. Okay. Okay, second turn is wasted with those. That's fine. Still hang on with our Titans. It's going to be close. We should get to move first next round, which should help us. Nope, actually the Minotaurs move first, but they don't go for a bad spell on us, so that's great. Let's go for Cure. Actually, there's not really too much we can do. We have blocked ourselves in. That's unlucky. Maybe shouldn't have done that. Okay, well, these guys are not hasted. Still might as well kill these off, and yeah, they don't come too much closer. We do get to move. Because they've slowed us, we do get to absorb the retaliation with our Goblin. Attack with this stack for free, and they move in with a lucky strike against the Titans, and after all that, because of the luck, we do lose a Titan. That really sucks. Okay, well, we shouldn't lose a second at this point, but yeah, just got to accept that. That sucks. If we go through, we can't quite reach Aerie. Aerie is pretty weak. Do we go back? Spell point situation, 50 out of 90. I think we go to Witch Doctor's Hut. Get up to 100 max spell points, go to the Magic Well, and UAC then can't really push against us. Kind of hedges our bets, I think that's fine. Okay, so this guy just pushes through, we'll scare these off, and we'll keep moving in this direction just in case. Okay, so Logan is going to go south, visit this. We will pay the 2,000 gold, we'll go for Expert Pathfinding, and again, just going to keep bringing these heroes in this direction. One thing we can do is, now that Atlas has been attacked, we can bring him back somewhere else without feeling like we're cheesing the game. So I think the obvious place to do that would be back in, not this town. So many towns at this point, not this one either. This one. So this saves our other hero from having to bother coming all the way through, especially with his lack of pathfinding, which would take way too long. Let's use this opportunity to pick up some more forces. We've also got Jezebel, who is pretty good. She does also have expert pathfinding, but this guy of course does already. He does already have some wizard troops as well. So we'll take all of these, and leave the nomads behind, of course. I think we leave the steel golems and the boars to defend, and we'll also see if there's anything else to pick up, which there's not. Okay, so this is a great opportunity to go ahead and get Night Shadow back. It's currently completely undefended. Could even go for UAC, and that would work, but I think we go to the west and take Weed Patch back as well. That seems to be best. If we have to turn back and defend from UAC, that's completely fine. Okay, Zom comes through as well. Can't really go too far, but let's just move across. Definitely running out of ideas for this guy. Let's just go to the Sorceress town. And didn't really see anything else that was too worrying. This town is not going to get attacked this turn. UAC can't threaten us this turn, so Noptic we have wiped out. Let's end the turn there. So Red is on the move. UAC actually goes aggressive. They're going aggressive everywhere. Okay, I think first we go back to Pandora, who has a pretty simple job to do, so she will take out Aerie. Hopefully don't need to take losses or use too many spell points. 53 spell points is not bad. This guy, 14 spell points, he shouldn't be able to do too much to us, just goes for Curse, that's completely fine. Move these down, Ogres move up. Okay, next round begins, let's go for these. Okay, does kill off Cyclops, never mind. Shouldn't be able to cast spells again, so we're just going to move away. Does go for Magic Arrow, but shouldn't have much left after that. Okay, if we go for these, we can kill 6 off per time, which is not great. Let's go down here instead. Could mean Hydras reach us. But let's do it. Okay. That was not the way that was supposed to go. Okay, so we took that hit pretty well. We have 2 turns left of being cursed. Let's move as far from the Hydras as we can, make sure they can't reach us without morale. These go for this for 3. Should be able to avoid any further losses. The Titans, at least. Let's go for these instead. Still taking hits fine with these for now, that's good. We do scare them off, so 2 losses. And UAC is right there. Can go to the well first, which of course we shall. 90 spell points should be enough. Could have actually used spell points in the previous fight, of course. I feel like I should be able to do this. Maybe I'm being too confident. So he's got 11 and 12. We've got 8 and 10. I would think that we're surely better than Green Dragons, although of course his spellcasting could be bad. 19 spell power. Gotta try and kill these off, which we do. Then we go for this. Not a lot we can do here. Goes for Chain Lightning. This is still surely in our favour. So we don't have anti-magic. I think we just keep curing. So we either cure or we steal skin. But cure helps us against both spellcasting and the dragons. So we'll go for that. Okay. Can see how they do a lot of damage to us. Can we kill this off? No chance. Okay, situation somewhat painful, but this time we finish UAC off properly. He does not flee. We level up, and we're not really strong enough to continue the push. But we could go back and take this. And that should be safe to do. I will go for this. I think we have to go a little bit more defensive from now on. Okay, these heroes will just move along because why not? Do some scouting as well. Keep moving down. there was of course the Warlock Town, which I think we revealed with this, yep. So there's Ector. It's got a few black dragons. This is the kind of thing we want Dimitri to go down here for. Okay, no sign of anything through there, but that's fine. This hero could go west, but he's also the obvious choice to keep pushing into Purple's lands with. I think we go to the stables. And we're going to try and jump across. Looks like we can't. Oh no, I stand corrected. We can jump into the unseen spaces, and there is the town of Winterkill. No losses expected, so we'll just accept, and we do have another pretty good night town available to us. Could start trying to replenish our original night force, but of course, that would be a token gesture. There's no point. So I think one thing we do still maybe need to worry about is if Purple comes to us with a force of dragons stronger than ours. We should still be mostly fine. Way off leveling up. I think we probably just go back to the town, although 110 spell points is plenty. Gonna go for a leap of faith into the Fog of War. We do reach this, we can see a dragon city just there. And to the east is Sandcaster, which we saw before. Okay, let's jump across to this. And this won't reveal too much, but I think it will reveal a small amount to the west, which it does. Lots of red dragons once again are fought, and no further sign of Synoptic. I'm sure he will be back. But yeah, I'm going to try and go for another red dragon. This guy parks himself in the town. This hero comes down. And Atlas. This does now have defenders, just some basic peasants. Desperation defense. Makes no difference for them. Nothing available except peasants. Okay, let's stay aggressive. There is some stuff we can claim if we want to, but I think outright aggression is the obvious choice. And let's end the turn there. So I think that was Craighack. I think he is going to take... yeah, Zabran. No, it's Sabu. Sabu's come back. There is... well, I thought there'd be even more skeletons than that. That's not actually enough. Not going to make too much difference. Okay, this guy has a huge number of movement points. I think we also saw some movement elsewhere. So Ector is moving towards the Dragon City. That seems fine. Let's just go to Pandora. Let's have a look to the west. One thing I think F-Heroes 2 does still need in the current version is the ability to replay the opponent's turn. Unless that does exist without me realizing, which it could. Okay, nothing available in there, but we have taken it back. We can sit in here for a bit if we want to. Tree of Knowledge we've not been to, so let's go across to that. Let's pay for the level up. Let's go for Expert Luck. Someone will come through to this. So nothing yet available in that town, which is fine. Wyach will go and claim a bit of attack. I think we did see some movement. There's at least one other spot where we saw some movement. Maybe near this. Okay. Well, we know there's a town right there, so let's focus on that. Then I will try to pick up one more dragon, which is completely fine. Actually, 2 dragons available, so that's perfect. So at this point, we don't have to worry too much about spellcasters. I would be curious if these would join us, but I'm sure we don't have enough to pay for them. We can't find out. Okay, resist temptation. This guy's job is to take on purple. Oh crap, that was a misclick. I meant to come off that menu. Okay, so the next town is there. There we see Yokesen. Yeah, that's their strongest, and he's not really that strong, and this is what I mean. We can justify just cutting some corners here. Yep, so we still have 141 spell points, which I'm confident will be enough. Loss is supposedly expected. I guess there are quite a few of these phoenixes, but they do go defensive. Did he anti-magic? He did, okay. Maybe haven't thought this through. Presumably this works. No, apparently not. Okay. This could be bad. Maybe shouldn't have done it like this. Okay, well, Lightning Bolt does a ton of damage to these. How long does this last? 13 turns. Then you can just bring it back again. This could be bad. We obviously want to attack them through other things. Let's get rid of these. So his stats are also not good, but not terrible. We can only kill off one unicorn with one dragon. So Titans are going to do quite a lot of damage to us. Might have been better focusing on those. I think we'll hang back, see how much they do. 39 damage. Not crazy. We go through to this, 4 to 8 kills. These do then move. These haven't yet moved either. Still, I think we have to try and do some damage to these phoenixes. Okay, anti-magic's those as well. 50 hit points left on this stack. Yeah, actually some kind of stack we could resurrect would make a difference in a fight like this. Because we can't even buff our own units. Or cure them. Okay, I was banking on that working, it obviously doesn't. Do we focus down the Titans? I don't think we go for the Phoenixes. I'll go for these. Yeah, I can see how this doesn't work. 11 hit points to go. Okay, we'll kill these off. Goes for resurrection. Okay, does it make sense to go for the Phoenixes? And are we better off just surrendering? So in terms of hit points, 238, 222. I think, of course, we won't win this. But we can fight for longer. So these things have 25% chance to resist. I feel like it's way higher than that in practice, but whatever. We go for these. Don't quite kill them off. Do we go for these next? We can kill one off. How much did they do? So the Phoenixes did 74 damage. Titans should surely do less. I think we'll try going for the Titans. Should be able to kill one off. 163. Okay, resurrects those, goes for the double attack, not too surprising. Close to losing our Black Dragon. Still a way of killing a Titan. I think we just cut our losses. Didn't really take the anti-magic properly into account. If he's gone for Resurrect instead of Resurrect True, then we're better off killing these before we go. This time it does work. They do resist though. Should have taken that more into account. They clearly don't take proper damage. Alright, 440 gold to reset and rethink. I think that's fine. Obviously that was not the plan. Still, the fight against yellow is going much better. Do we go to the Magic Well? We have, yep, a big need of spell points, so definitely. Start moving down. Okay, I think we stick with using Sasagan as our fighter against purple, but perhaps, with it being day 7, this might be a good time to go into this town. Get a couple more black dragons, upgrade our red dragons, and also pick up just some units like Hydras. They should help us. So yep, Sasagan comes back. We upgrade these to black dragons, and we can pick up 2 more next turn. Then I think we go aggressive against this town first. Yeah, so Ector and Yokeson. Yokeson's the bigger threat, but we should be fine. Also, we can pass off some units using Dimitri if we want to. We don't have Animate Dead or anything like that. I think we just use him as a scout. So these appear to be what were Green's lands. I think there will be more to the east if we explore. Yeah, this guy stays in place, this guy stays in place. This guy comes to scout. Should probably give him a few more as well, just so he can flee if he gets attacked. But we see enough good heroes in towns. I mean, there's one that's pretty bad, but see enough good heroes in taverns. I'm not too worried about losing the scouts. Okay, so nowhere else is particularly threatened. No one can reach this turn. Let's just end the turn there. Actually, yellow turns back. Purple doesn't do too much. Weak of the Orc. Okay, let's go back to this town. Do exactly as we said. We'll go for the 3 black dragons first. So 6 black dragons in total. That should actually be enough to win the Battle of Might. The Hydras are maybe a bit too slow, so perhaps if we went for, well, 5 Minotaur Kings won't make much difference either. So one thing we do have is it is turn 1, so we could actually rush across to his second town. And if we have enough black dragons, we could still win through sheer might. So this is a little bit cheesy because we get to experience day 1 before they do. And we've already decided to use Dimension Door, but again, at this point I don't think it has any possible influence on the actual outcome of the map. So I'm just going to do it. Can't restrict myself retroactively. 9 Hydras available here. 10 Minotaur Kings. This time we will go for a few. And we'll go west. Wipe Ector out. So here's the 4 black dragons. That's it. And if we look over here, we can see Yokeson still has what he had before. Probably could do with getting some spell points back, so let's go back to the town. Put ourselves in there. And let's go back to Pandora. Do we stay in this town? Do we go west? Is 3 Titans enough to make a push? This guy should go to Weed Patch. I can see now that Sabu is coming back to defend. But we should win that. Okay, Oasis does allow us to get close enough to take the town, and we can put ourselves in there too. Still a few Crusaders available with it being day 1. Okay, we'll still some pushing to do. Yeah, Dimension Door always feels a bit cheesy to me, but I don't know. We don't want to spend hours just chasing down heroes that we know we can beat with enough organization. But yeah, gonna wrap this episode up here. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.